anytime here Sunday before 5 or give us a call. We're American Home Design, just off I-65.
Tonight, an American civilian kidnapped in Iraq is beheaded by terrorists. Who's behind this outrage? And is it part of a campaign the terrorists will call revenge for Iraqi prisoners? The American general who investigated the prison abuse scandal tells Congress who he thinks is to blame for it. Eye on America exposes a danger to your children. Why toys purchased from a gumball machine may be so hazardous to their health. And with gasoline prices soaring, why is the automobile industry pulling the plug on this man's pickup that needs no gas?
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. Just when it seemed nothing else in Iraq could shock you, something did. And before we go any further, we caution you, you may not want your young children to hear or see this. An American civilian kidnapped in Iraq last month has been executed in a most vicious way, taken before a video camera and beheaded. The pictures are horrifying. CBS is not going to show the worst of it, though, as David Hawkins reports, the murderers made sure the full video in all its horror and their message got out.
They call it revenge for the abuse and torture of Iraqi inmates at the Abu Ghraib prison. 5 hooded men claiming to be members of Al-Qaeda stand over their captive. Nick Berg, a 26-year-old American who came to Iraq to repair communications equipment.
Nick Berg. My father name is Michael. My mother's name is Suzanne.
The rest is too gruesome to show. They cut off his head, then held it up for the camera. In a statement to the mothers and wives of American soldiers, Berg's executioners said they offered to exchange him for detainees at Abu Ghraib, a claim that has not been confirmed. They promised that more hostages will be, quote, slaughtered in this way. Berg's parents said their son went to Iraq because he wanted to help rebuild the country's infrastructure, but couldn't find work there and was trying to make his way home.
He was a giving person. He definitely did not go to Iraq for the money. He never made any money.
They said he'd been missing since April 9th, the same day several American contractors and 2 soldiers were killed or captured when their convoy was attacked near Baghdad. The video was posted on an Islamic website and titled Abu Musab al-Zarqawi shown slaughtering an American. Al-Zarqawi, thought to be leading al-Qaeda operatives in Iraq, is one of Osama bin Laden's top lieutenants. He's on the coalition's most wanted list and has a $10 million price on his head. Nick Berg's body was discovered on Saturday, dumped near a highway overpass in Baghdad. While the circumstances of his capture remain murky, how he died is now brutally clear. David Hawkins, CBS News, Baghdad.
Still more civilian contractors came under attack today. A large convoy was assaulted by gunmen in Iraq's western desert. A subsidiary of Halliburton organized that convoy. There is no word of casualties. In Najaf, opponents of violent cleric Muqtada al-Sadr took to the streets even as his supporters proposed conditions for ending the standoff there. And Najaf's U.S.-appointed governor offered to drop murder charges against Sadr if he disbands his army. In this country, Congress will soon get a look at the so far unreleased images of Iraqi prisoner abuse. Today, Congress heard from U.S. Army General Antonio Taguba, who first investigated the abuse. CBS's David Martin reports where the general places the blame.
Appearing before the Senate Armed Services Committee, Major General Taguba said the pictures were the work of a handful of soldiers acting on their own.
And who gave the order to soften up these prisoners?
Sir, we did not find any evidence of a policy or a direct order given to these soldiers to conduct what they did.
The photo we see of the detainee on the stool wired up, was that just 6 or 7 people having a good time in a perverted way at that person's expense?
Based on the evidence, it was 6 or 7 people that created that type of a scenario or situation
But Taguba said the 7 military police now facing court-martial were encouraged by military intelligence personnel, some of whom appear in this picture, to soften up the prisoners for interrogation. Which still leaves the question, how could such low-ranking soldiers take it on themselves to do this?
Failure in leadership, sir. Lack of discipline. No training whatsoever. And no supervision.
According to Taguba, the leaders who failed are Brigadier General Janis Karpinski, the commander of the MPs, and Colonel Thomas Pappas, the commander of military intelligence at Abu Ghraib. They reported to Lieutenant General Ricardo Sanchez, the commander of occupation forces, who set the rules for interrogation, rules which were violated, such as the one on the use of dogs.
It says, should military working dogs be present during interrogations, they will be muzzled and under control of a handler at all times to ensure safety.
According to Lieutenant General Lance Smith, the harshest measure Sanchez approved was solitary confinement. The Pentagon will show all the pictures and videos of abuse to the Senate as early as tomorrow. Officials say one video shows a handcuffed prisoner beating his head against a cell door while a soldier records it with his camera. Another shows a prisoner being subjected to what appears to be water torture. David Martin, CBS News, the Pentagon.
The prisoner abuse revelations and events in Iraq are beginning to take a toll on support for President Bush's war policies and for the war itself, but not on his overall favorability rating. To find out what voters are thinking, CBS's Jim Axelrod takes you back tonight to a town that often reflects the way the national vote swings on Election Day.
In Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Marine Corporal Randy Glass is getting therapy.
These are roller rockers.
One valve at a time. In the initial invasion of Iraq, Randy took a grenade in the leg, nearly blew it off.
What's it look like? Like Freddy Krueger's face.
18 guys he knew were killed.
I'm tired of seeing, my brothers die.
But Randy still supports President Bush.
The last few weeks, it seems like everything's gone to hell over there.
So why don't you blame the commander-in-chief?
I blame the commander-in-chief of every Iraqi, not the commander-in-chief of the Americans.
Fact is, Randy Glass isn't alone when it comes to blame. In the last month here in the Lehigh Valley, support for the war has plummeted. Support for the president has not. He takes no hit as a result of growing dissatisfaction with Iraq.
Nothing that is significant enough to pick up in the public opinion survey.
Chris Borick is a professor at Allentown's Muhlenberg College. His latest survey shows support for the war 10 points down in the last 3 months. During the same time, the president's favorability rating didn't budge from 50%.
At the end of the day, personality may rule the issues in terms of how people are making their decisions come November.
Take Jody Crawford, for example.
And I'm hoping one day that I'll turn on the TV and somebody will say it's all over and they're coming home.
Jody's National Guardsman husband isn't set to come home for another year, and a member of his platoon was just killed in action. But her faith isn't wavering.
I would vote for Bush.
Why?
Because he's a Christian, basically.
Sitting presidents can usually count on taking a hit when a war turns unpopular. But here, there seems to be an exception working to this rule.
All of a sudden, it's in the forefront again, and I think that's scary.
For every Louis Bellatieri, a restaurateur who's critical of the war and blames the president for it,
that's the biggest fear. Another Vietnam.
There are just as many like Corporal Glass, concerned.
Yeah, around here, last couple weeks, people are just tired of seeing people die.
But not tired enough to change their votes. Jim Axelrod, CBS News, Allentown.
In the worsening conflict between Palestinians and Israelis, a deadly day is ending with a new standoff. Israel threatens action if Palestinian militants don't return the remains of Israeli soldiers. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer reports from Gaza City on what has been a day with victims on both sides.
At least 6 Palestinians died and over 120 were wounded in an overnight raid by the Israeli army looking for weapons factories in Gaza. Then, as the Israelis withdrew at dawn, a roadside bomb destroyed a troop carrier filled with explosives. 6 soldiers were killed, the deadliest ambush in 18 months. By the time reinforcements arrived, Palestinian militants were waiting for them. As As the fighting grew more fierce, the Israelis said they weren't leaving without the dead soldiers' bodies. But in the streets, Palestinians were showing off gruesome war trophies. In a video claiming responsibility for the attack, Islamic Jihad displayed what it said was a soldier's head.
Why are you holding on to the body parts of the Israeli soldiers? Why do you want to keep them?
This is psychological warfare, he says, part of our strategy to drive the Jews from our land. But Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon doesn't need to be driven. He's already announced a plan to withdraw from Gaza, but so far it's unpopular with members of his own party.
For Palestinian groups Islamic Jihad and Hamas, today's attack counts as a major victory. And if Israel does go ahead and disengage from Gaza now, the Palestinians will see it as not only a retreat, but a defeat.
The crucial question, though, is how Israelis will see this fresh violence in Gaza as a dirty war that must be won at all costs, or graphic evidence that they need to get out now. Elizabeth Palmer, CBS News, Gaza.
Coming up next on the CBS Evening News, a brand new TV network is fighting to win hearts and minds in the Middle East, and you're paying for it. A behind-the-scenes look in tonight's Inside Story. And later, you'd never expect anything dangerous to come out of a gumball machine, but something did, and it could have killed this child. But first, CBS News honors fallen heroes. Michael Stack, a Green Beret, was called a soldier's soldier. He served in the Gulf War and in the Balkans. A devout Christian, he organized prayer groups in Iraq. He was killed Easter Sunday and was awarded the Silver Star posthumously for actions that helped save the rest of his team. Stack leaves a wife, 6 children, and 3 grandchildren.
That's me with his whole family.
So you on a farm?
Yeah, imagine with my allergies.
Go where you wanna go, do what you want.
This is Trisha.
There's a different way to treat seasonal allergies. Singulair, the only seasonal allergy medicine that specifically blocks leukotrienes, an underlying cause of allergy symptoms. It's a once-a-day tablet that helps relieve a broad range of symptoms for a full 24 hours.
Yeah,
Side effects are generally mild and vary by age and may include headache, ear infection, sore throat, and upper respiratory infection. Ask your doctor about Singulair.
Morning.
Good morning. You know, I think I did just fine.
Singulair, a different way to treat seasonal allergies.
How did we get the natural fiber of Metamucil powder into convenient capsules? Let's just say, it wasn't easy. All the benefits of Metamucil in capsules. Get regular, stay regular, the convenient way.
Gotta go, 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 gotta go right now. I gotta go now.
Now? If you've always got to go,
I'll be right here.
You may have a treatable medical condition. So ask your doctor about Detrol LA, the #1 prescribed brand for overactive bladder. It helps control the bladder muscle contractions that have you rushing to the bathroom.
You need a break?
No, not right now.
If you have certain stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems, you shouldn't take Detrol LA. Common side effects include dry mouth, constipation, abdominal pain, and headache.
And I don't have to go right now.
Detrol LA.
Right now.
When you've always got to go.
Introducing the Ultimate Buttery Spread, new Smart Balance Omega Plus, with natural plant sterols and omega-3 from the sea to help promote healthy cholesterol and triglyceride levels. Omega Plus contains no hydrogenated oil and no trans fatty acids, with the right balance of fats for smart eating, plus a delicious buttery taste. Try the Ultimate Buttery Spread, new Smart Balance Omega Plus.
In the battle for public opinion on the Arab street, television images are a weapon for all sides. CBS's Wyatt Andrews reports on one new cable channel vying for attention in the Arab world. What makes this one different is tonight's Inside Story.
In the Arabic-speaking world, this upstart TV network is the rage.
I love Al-Hurra.
beautiful canal.
To this raw contempt in Palestinian East Jerusalem.
If we are talking about credibility, Al-Hurra is zero, really.
To many, Al-Hurra lacks credibility because this isn't live from Amman or Cairo. This is live.
Hey Dave, how do you like that shot?
From Virginia. Al-Hurra is a product of the U.S. government, paid for by U.S. taxpayers, and run by the same board that runs Voice of America.
We're not propaganda.
News director Muwafa Harb insists his orders are to cover the news on a just-the-facts basis, including the story of mistreated prisoners.
How are you playing the abuse story?
Straight.
And that means what?
We report the news, we report what everyone is saying, we reported the president's apology.
The reporters here may have a straight journalistic mission, but that's not the mission of the network. The mission of the network is to become the counterbalance to the more anti-American Arab networks like Al Jazeera. And here's the difference. On Monday, when the Marines returned to Fallujah with the Iraqi police, Al-Hurra reported cheers of joy for the coalition troops. On Al Jazeera, these were cheers of victory over the occupying troops.
It's incredibly important for us to be there so that we can compete in the marketplace of ideas and let people make their own informed decisions.
Al-Hurra also represents one more front in the war now being waged over TV images. Wyatt Andrews, CBS News, Springfield, Virginia.
After months of legal maneuvers and pretrial hearings, basketball star Kobe Bryant formally pleaded not guilty today to a charge of raping a 19-year-old woman. The judge in Eagle, Colorado did not set a trial date. Bryant is scheduled back on the basketball court tonight for a playoff game in Los Angeles. Still ahead on the CBS Evening News, 25 cents worth of terror. This young boy got just that out of a gumball machine. A CBS Eye on America investigation is next.
The CBS Evening News and tonight's Eye on America segment are sponsored by Aflac. Ask about it at work.
You know, some people don't think what we do is a sport. That's because you can't get hurt doing it. Otherwise, you have that insurance. What insurance? What? Come again? The one that pays you cash. If you're hurt and can't work. Which one?
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
In my line of work, pain was part of the job, but heartburn pain was part of my life until I got help from Prevacid. I'm a pretty tough guy, but that fireball would hit me more often than linebackers. I was in great shape. I changed my diet. I had enough chalky tabs to line a field with. Still, the heartburn came back. My trainer and I thought it might be serious, so I finally took a time out to see my doctor. He broke it down like this. 1, I had acid reflux disease. 2, acid causes pain and can lead to damage. And 3, he prescribed Prevacid because it helps prevent acid.
Heartburn pain and damage is caused by acid backing up into the esophagus. But one Prevacid once a day helps prevent the acid, stops the pain, and allows your body to heal.
Now I'm retired, and with Prevacid daily, my heartburn is too.
Prescription Prevacid has a low occurrence of side effects such as diarrhea, abdominal pain, and nausea. Other serious stomach conditions may still exist. Ask your doctor for more information and if Prevacid is right for you. Help prevent the acid with Prevacid.
Got an itch? Scratching tears up skin. Maximum Strength Lanacaine saves your skin from scratching with maximum anti-itch medicine and antibacterial to help kill germs. Lanacaine stops the itch, saves your skin.
Wouldn't it be nice if more things in life were soft and comfortable? Now they can be with Dulcolac Stool Softener. Its gentle formula doesn't make you go. It makes it more comfortable to go. Dulcolac Stool Softener. Make yourself comfortable.
Don't be scared, son.
Ed! It's me! That house in the city just passed inspection, so you can close next week.
Wow.
I wanted to tell you in person.
Nobody works harder for you than RE/MAX. That's why nobody in the world sells more real estate.
He says a picture of him mocking Iraqis is doctored, but it got on the internet anyway. Tomorrow, separating fact from fake on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
After 3 straight losing sessions on Wall Street, investors went bargain hunting today. The buying sent the Dow up 29 points, putting it back above 10,000. The Nasdaq gained 35 points. They are probably among the last places you'd expect to find a lead poisoning threat to children, but there are more toxic toys on the market than you may know. In truth, CBS's Mika Brzezinski discovered more than the government knows about them in tonight's Eye on America investigation.
Gumball machines. Kids flock to them for the trinkets inside, hoping mom will break down and allow that 25-cent moment of joy. But for Kara Burkhart, that decision was just the beginning of an endless nightmare.
Obviously, to this day, I still have tears.
Because it's your baby.
It's my baby. And he had to go through a horrendous, horrifying pain because of something so small.
Her son Colton was 4 when he swallowed a pendant like this. Doctors removed it, but not before Colton had absorbed 12 times the normal level of lead in his bloodstream, enough to nearly kill him. Even now, his future is uncertain.
He could have behavioral problems. He could have had neurological damage.
The Burkharts have sued L.M. Becker, the company that imported the pendant, and the government issued a recall, pulling over 1 million of them out of the marketplace. Lead paint, the source of most lead poisoning, has long been banned on children's toys, but there's no limit to the amount of lead that can be used in kids' jewelry, as long as it's properly coated. We purchased jewelry from several vending machines, including some imported by L.M. Becker, and had them analyzed at this independent lab. The results were disturbing. 6 out of 10 pieces could release enough lead to give a child lead poisoning as much as 7 times over.
That certainly is something we've got to take into consideration because children do mouth pretty much everything.
We showed the jewelry and test results to Hal Stratton, chairman of the Consumer Product Safety Commission. The lead levels were high enough to prompt his agency to conduct its own testing, notify several importers, and consider another recall.
When we do see it, it's serious, and we want to do something about it.
L.M. Becker refused our request for an interview, but responded to the Burkhart lawsuit in court documents by blaming Colton's parents, saying the injuries and damages, if any, were the result of the fault of others in failing to supervise him.
They don't care what my 5-year-old has gone through. They don't care if another 5-year-old goes through it. They're out there to make money, and that's all.
It's not over for Kara Burkhart. She wants somebody to be held responsible for putting a poisonous product in the hands of children.
What are they risking when they put 25 cents in one of those machines for that little moment of joy?
They're risking their life, their child's life.
In Redmond, Oregon, I'm Mika Brzezinski for Eye on America.
In Colorado, in the state's eastern plains, they were cleaning up today after 7 tornadoes. One blasted through this farm. The silver lining, the family wasn't home, so no one was hurt. Also, as luck had it, this massive twister tore up a lot of turf, but it hit ground in an area with few people or buildings around. Still to come now on the CBS Evening News, crush it. That's what the Ford Motor Company wants to do with his beloved pickup. What's going on? Stay tuned.
Oh, hey, hi, I'm Digger. Don't mind me, I'm just a dermatophyte. You know, a nail infection. All I want is to get in here and live under your nail. You can't get me with clippers or those surface treatments you try on your own. I'm in too deep in your nail bed. I'll make myself comfortable, invite a few friends. Settle in.
Do you have thick, discolored, or flaky nails? Millions of people do. It may be caused by an active live infection. That's why you should ask your doctor about prescription-only Lamisil. Unlike surface treatments, Lamisil is a pill that works through the bloodstream to target and attack the infection at its source, underneath the nail. In fact, you can start to see clearer, healthier nails in just 3 months. Lamisil isn't for people with liver or kidney problems. In rare cases, serious side effects in the liver or serious skin reactions have occurred, so your doctor may do a simple blood test. Other side effects including headache, diarrhea, indigestion, and rash were generally mild. Ask your doctor about Lamisil. Once daily Lamisil tablets. Get your nail infection where it grows.
Before you take Prilosec OTC for heartburn, there's something you should know. You have to keep taking it for 14 days, heartburn or not. I'd rather take one Pepsid, just when I need it. Pepsid Complete starts controlling acid in seconds. Or there's maximum strength Pepsid AC. It has double the strength of original Pepsid AC. Both last all day or all night. 1. Now, that's a number I can live with. Pepsid, just 1, and heartburn's done.
I don't want to live the life of a best-selling romance novel. I just want to spend time with the one I love.
For people living with moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis, Humira is the latest treatment.
I don't want to be a famous artist. I just want to lift a paintbrush with less pain.
Humira relieves the pain and fatigue of rheumatoid arthritis in the majority of people while keeping it from getting worse.
I don't want to win a prize for literature. I just want to teach my third graders how to read.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, so tell your doctor right away if you get an infection, are prone to infections, or have ever had tuberculosis. Do not start Humira if you have an infection, such as an open sore or the flu. Other serious and sometimes fatal infections and tuberculosis have been reported in clinical trials. Rare cases of nervous system disorders and lymphoma have been reported. Common side effects are injection site pain and reactions, headache, and rash. Enjoy more normal living. Talk with your rheumatologist about Humira.
Coming up in just minutes on News Channel 5 at 6, National Security Advisor Condoleezza Rice is scheduled to get an award from Vanderbilt on Thursday, but many are upset. Details at 6.
The Energy Department predicted today the price of gasoline won't stop rising till it hits a national average next month of about $2.03 a gallon for self-serve regular. There is an alternative, or as CBS's John Blackstone reports, there was.
In California's foothills, horsepower matters. And Dave Raboy loves to let his horses run.
See how fast we can get this thing up to right here. Heading towards 60.
And with gas prices soaring, Raboy never stops at a pump. He doesn't fill her up, he plugs her in. He drives an electric pickup that's a real workhorse.
I can use it to haul gates, do fence work. You can put the dogs in the back.
But Raboy's lease on his beloved electric truck is running out. Ford, the company that built it, wants the truck back to destroy it.
They don't want to sell it to me. Go figure. They want to take it away and crush it.
Ford built about 1,500 electric pickups in the late 90s to meet strict pollution rules in California. Back then, even Ford's chairman talked as if gasoline was on the way out.
I drive an electric Ranger pickup truck. It's quick, it's responsive, and it's very quiet.
But the auto industry fought California's toughest in the nation pollution standards and won. The state abandoned its zero emissions rule, and the automakers abandoned their electric vehicles. Whenever a lease runs out, like Ray Levinson's just did, Ford demands the truck back.
I don't have to use any Middle East oil in this thing. I don't have to take it in for a smog check. And they're telling me I can't drive it anymore. It's criminal.
In a statement, Ford says electric vehicles were an experiment, but that hybrids and hydrogen fuel cells hold more promise. The few who drive electric vehicles, however, say the auto industry is pulling the plug on the road to the future. John Blackstone, CBS News, Cathy's Valley, California.
And that's part of our world tonight. For the CBS Evening News, Dan Rather reporting. See you tomorrow. Good night.
For news 24 hours a day, click on cbsnews.com. Partially sponsored by Walmart. Good jobs. Good people. Great opportunities. Come grow with us at Walmart. Doctored photos on the internet and the damage they can do. Tomorrow, experience CBS News.
I welcome the opportunity to have her here.
But not everybody's happy that Condoleezza Rice is visiting Vanderbilt, including the chancellor's wife.
We'll tell you what protesters are doing to make their point.
And the radar shows there are a few scattered showers and storms out there, but not as many as this time 24 hours ago. We'll have the latest forecast from the Storm 5 Weather Center.
From your news and information leader. This is News Channel 5 at 6.
Good evening, everyone. There are some who say she should stay away.
That's the message tonight from critics on the Vanderbilt University campus. They're angry over a planned speech Thursday by National Security Advisor Condoleezza Rice. Chancellor Gordon Gee listened to the complaints today, but tells News Channel 5's Nick Barris he will not cancel Rice's visit.
Vanderbilt Chancellor Gordon Gee greeted students and faculty for a private meeting in his office this afternoon. It was cordial, but the message to Gee was one of frustration, anger that he invited National Security Advisor Condoleezza Rice to speak on Senior Day.
Senior Day is a day for students like me to celebrate our upcoming graduation, and we really express our dismay that Chancellor Gee